this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past. And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is tactical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patented being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, this and that. Spitting slow, spitting fast. I could roast, I could gas. Think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past.
And the pettiness, a reflection of the emptiness. Hilarious, you think you're worth my time, you're delirious. Mysterious, because you hide behind a fake exterior. Inferior, you know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off of me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains at last, and to believe in what you got, it was built to last, yeah.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
Gonna learn the consequence of being incompetent. Mental health is confidence, dreams and some honestness. I'm not here to save the day, that's for you to take away. I could play a million mind games, but instead I say something not illogical, something that is tactical. Rub it on and watch it go, make yourself unstoppable. Dreams are irresponsible, but they're always possible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable.
Thoughts in my head, a collage and they spread. I'll be great one day, going off of my meds. No, I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off in the wind. I gotta make it, I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind, it can hardly take it. I'm chasing a dream that I've had for several ages. A vacant, modern kingdom for the taking.
Now that I've been put through hell, I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself.
I don't never slow up, no I don't take shit.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back again. It is game day. It is game day, and today we'll be looking at the big game taking place at Stamford Bridge, to be precise. Carabao Cup time. Carabao Cup tonight. The Blues faces a tricky test against informed Barrow. Will Chelsea's quality shine through, or can Barrow pull off an upset, a massive, massive upset? Join us for the live stream. Expect analysis and fun reaction as we witness an exciting cup clash between these two teams. And if you're a fan of statistics, if you're a stat man, it's your channel to be on. We got a lot of stats. If you don't know, we'll tell you all as soon as the game or the stream stats itself. Really get into details in terms of what we're about to talk about on this show. So wherever you're watching us from, the platform to be on. Really appreciate your time and your energy that you're spending with us here. Also, don't forget the comment section below is right there for you. Your questions and your predicted lineup, predicted scoreline, everything can be will be right there. You can put it right there for us. And as we are live, Steven and I will look through it. My name is Niza. My co-host is Steven G. And we'll be right back in just a few seconds. We'll be right back. So stick with us. Do not go anywhere. Blueclouds Media YouTube channel. We're live on two platforms, X and YouTube. Stick along. Welcome back again, people. Welcome back to your favorite channel, Blueclouds Media YouTube channel. And we are looking at the big fish today. Carabao Cup test. Can the Blues overcome informed Barrow? Also, we're going to look into that Carabao Cup clash. Like I said, Chelsea faces Giants, Gilead, and Barrow. Women's football success. Barclays double investment in WSL with 45 million deal. 45 million pounds deal for women and football. WSL sources, records, sponsorship, Barclays women's football, 45 million pounds investment signals a new era. Enzo Maresca said his squad is ahead of their development in terms of where they have to be. Do you agree with that? Is it ahead or do you think it's right on line? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. But before we get everything going, let me welcome my man himself, Steve G.
How you doing, bro?
Doing okay, brother. Hope you're doing very well yourself. It's nice to have you back on the show each and every day, Stephen G.
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. Can't complain.
Great. Guys, so we still have lots of news to talk about today. Before we're definitely going to try and see if we will have the lineup before the game kickoff. Definitely, we will have the lineup on our screen before we hop off today. But Steven, you're I'll let you do the honor because you provided all this information. You're the stat man. We'll look into that, but keep the statistics to yourself for a little bit, and I'll let you go through it. I'm not going to read it. Because you provided those statistics, and I'll let you have the opportunity to review all those statistics. But yeah, big game as it is. You can add some of the stats to it whilst you're taking us through the preview of Barrow. Who are they, and where have they been? And they're playing the Giants. They're playing the Giants of English football, Chelsea.
Yeah, so I'm just making a couple more notes now, actually, as you say that. So Barrow play in League Two, the 4th Division English football. They currently sit top of the league. They are joint on points and on goal difference, actually, with Gillingham.
Hang on one second. Guys, if you hear me saying Barrow, the reason why I say Barrow and Barrow, it's supposed to be Barrow. But here in America, the accent, when you see A in front of an O, you barely pronounce it B-A. You pronounce it B-O. So that's why I keep saying Barrow. But it's Barrow. So apologize, guys, please. All right, go ahead, Steven.
Yeah, so a couple things before I get to the ones that I sent to you. So Barrow are in League Two. They sit top of the division. This is a fourth division English football. They're joint on points and on goal difference with Gillingham. They're ahead of Gillingham purely on the fact that they've scored one more goal. Now, I say this because what I'm about to go into is that being League Two, they come in from the very first round. In the first round, they played against Port Vale. Port Vale are a fellow League Two team of Barrow. Port Vale sit 9th in League Two, so 8 places below Barrow. And they are 5 points behind Barrow, right?
Yeah.
Then in round 2, they play Derby County of the Championship. Okay? Derby County are currently 10th place in the Championship. If I'm not mistaken, I'm just getting it up now. Yep, Derby County are 10th in the Championship and are quite a bit off the top already. They're 7 points off the top after 6 games, to be precise. And that was a win for Barrow, obviously, because that's why they're in the third round against Chelsea, on penalty shootout, which they won 3-2. Outside of this, looking at their fixtures so far, when it comes to playing in their league, in League Two, they have 5 wins already this season. I've just clicked on the wrong one by accident. They've got 5 wins in the league, 1 draw and 1 defeat from their opening 7 games, scoring 11, conceding 3. Obviously, the main point that comes with this, the context, the caveat, is that obviously League Two opposition are not the same level of Chelsea, no matter of if Chelsea put their first team or their second team out. And the other thing I wanted to put to this, right, is that, look, we all expect rotation. Maresca spoke on it yesterday. We touched on it on our stream yesterday that he spoke on rotation. Tyreek George, Joshua Champong, Ben Chilwell, Mihailo Mudryk, a.k.a. Misha. I think he said Badia Shield as well. And obviously, Jorgensen's our cup keeper, so you expect Jorgensen in goal. So you're expecting quite a lot of changes for Chelsea. But the team that Chelsea put out should still be stronger than anything that Barrow have ever encountered and got a good result against. I'm just trying to find a quote from, I think it was their sporting director or someone in a similar role, because I saw it this morning and I can't remember if I sent it to you. But basically, the Barrow sporting director said, so Barrow sporting director Ian Wood said on 5 Live Sports, so BBC 5 Live radio station, we did our analyst work yesterday and put their names on the board, and we just thought, what are we going to do here? Whoever they put out will be an unbelievable team, but our lads are just going to give it their best shot. He then added, maybe they can send some of their guys on loan to us. So they already understand the mammoth task that's in front of them, and if they didn't, then I'd be asking them a lot of questions, right? You look at it and it's clear as day on paper, right? But we've seen bigger upsets in the past. And the main thing that we always say, football is not won on paper. Chelsea, regardless of the team that they put out, should win tonight. Even if we put out a team a second and third string, yeah, Chelsea should be winning this, no matter what. But we've seen big upsets in the past, whether that be Chelsea or it's Man U. I think Man City have had a couple. Liverpool, I mean, okay, they're normally like championship level teams for the most part, but you get the odd 1 or 2 where they'll slip up against a League One, a League Two team, something like that.
Yeah.
So that's the next thing I wanted to say. And then if we go to the stuff that I actually did send to you, I accidentally opened up the group.
We'll come back to that in a bit.
Oh no, the only one I wanted to put onto this. I'm not going through all of them now because there's like 5-6 points.
Okay, go for
So
it.
the only one I want to put now, and this isn't Chelsea related, this is Barrow related, almost like a looking at the opposition
Barrow.
thing.
Barrow.
Yeah. So with Barrow,
yeah,
it's their third ever appearance in the third round of the Carabao Cup, obviously formerly Carling Cup, formerly the League Cup, and whatever other name it's had in the past. Yeah. There was another point to this as well. And it's their first appearance in this round, in the third round, since 1967. So they've only appeared in this round twice. I think the first one was 1962, where they drew one game. It went to a replay. They then lost a replay. Then 5 years later, they played Sheffield Wednesday in 1967, which is the last time they reached round 3 of the Carabao Cup. And they lost 3-0 on that day to Sheffield Wednesday.
So 5 years, that will be 1967. No, 1968, right?
67.
67. I thought, okay, I was right. All right, 1967. Okay.
So that's what, 57 years, something like that, since they've last been in this round.
Mm-hmm.
So it's history for the club, really. Like, not many of their fan base would have seen them get to this like stage of the competition. And look, I don't know if it works the same for the Carabao Cup as it does for the FA Cup. I know for the FA Cup, the gate receipts are split. I think it's 45% each, and then the other 10% goes to the FA, I believe. Or it might have changed to 50-50, and then the exception being like the semi-final and the final. But if it works the same way in the Carabao Cup, then this is a big game for them if they get 45 to 50% of the gate receipts. You're looking at Stamford Bridge, 42,000 seat stadium. You would expect to sell out regardless of the opposition because you'll get people going because the tickets are cheaper.
Right.
So you'd still expect to sell out. So they can make big money if it's the same way in the Carabao Cup as it is the FA Cup. I hope for their sake that it is that way, because a lot of the smaller teams in the pyramid always want the bigger ties, A, to test themselves, and B, because of the money that's involved. So I always love seeing these sort of ties where the smaller team gets drawn away from home. Like, people go, oh no, I want them to play at home in front of their fans against a big team. For me, I want them to play away, right? Because for me, I'm looking at it from the club perspective of, yes, it'd be great to play a Chelsea, a Man City, a Man United, a Liverpool, an Arsenal, someone of that ilk at their stadium. But the financial side of it, of playing at a bigger stadium and getting about 50% of the gate receipts compared to getting 50% of their stadium, which is probably 4,000 capacity, something like that, right? So Chelsea capacity is 10-fold the number. So you're getting significantly more income as a smaller club. So that's why for me, I'm like, I get why people want that. But at the same time, for me, I look at it and I go, from the business side of it for the club, you get to go to a big stadium and you get big money, which could help you for a very long time, especially League 2 sort of level. Like, there's not as much money in the game down there. So getting big fees from big ties away from home in these cup competitions, you see it all the time. You always hear like League 1, League 2 teams, they're in trouble financially. They've got administrators and all this sort of stuff, yeah? These games can literally help them for a long duration of time. So that's why I always want them to get the away ties, because financially it's best for the club.
Well, thank you very much, Stephen G. Guys, you can hear for the month of co-host Stephen G. The man in the with the microphone. My name is Nizam, and he's Stephen G. We're taking you guys through the up-and-coming fixture between Barrow and Chelsea. It's a Carabao Cup game. It's going to be a huge text. My question to you is Barrow kicking the ball above their heights? Is that what it is? Or do you think they have really come of age. There are a few statistics that really speaks of who they are and what they've done in a few years. Looking at some beautiful pictures on the Everton new stadium. It looks beautiful. It looks beautiful. All right, that's something that we can talk
Need
about
just
some other
quickly,
day.
I'm seeing confirmation from something I've just looked up as you were speaking. For the Carabao Cup, it does appear that the gate receipts are split 50%. So this
Boris
for
getting a lot of
Barrow
money.
is a massive game in terms of financials for the club.
And so even it doesn't matter if we are playing home or they are playing home. It means that it still will be split 50-50.
Yeah, so the little bit I've found is despite the modest prize money, the League Cup is still a valuable asset to the EFL and its clubs, so the Championship, League One and League Two clubs. Estimated to be worth $101 million, which is £80 million, 94 million euros annually, with every club getting 45% of the takings from all matches throughout the competition. So every club rather, get 45% of the takings from all matches. So, as I was saying, like, for a smaller club, and that's not a disrespectful thing, just they're lower down the pyramid. They are the last professional division of English football. Because you've got Premier. Let me break it down for people who aren't familiar. You've got the Premier League is the top division. You then got the Championship, which is second, League One, which is third, League Two, which is fourth, right?
Yeah.
League Two, League One, Championship, and Premier League, you have to be a professional club. You have to have professional club status, right? In the National League, it is not an obligation to be a professional club like it is League Two and up. So you have clubs in the National League that are semi-pro, for example. So they'll be part-time, they'll have day jobs and stuff like that, right? And that from National League down is how it works, either semi-pro or amateur clubs for the most part from National League and then down below that. The only time you have to be a professional club is once you enter the professional part of it from League Two and above.
Yeah. So League Two is a professional league.
Yeah, League Two is the first professional league of English football in terms of
which means the people that trade their part, they trade their role in that division don't have to do extra work. They have to be just footballers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously, there's some clubs that are professional in National League as well. Maybe clubs that keep going up and down from League Two to National League. There's no point going to semi-pro and then back to pro and stuff like that. But this is why I'm saying, like, the money that they get from 45% of, like, the match fees, what did I say? It was the gate receipts and stuff like that. That's massive for clubs at that level.
But
that literally will help them for a long period of time.
But is there anything wrong when you are in a professional league, although you're playing professional football, or also doing something on the side? Is that against the rules of professional football?
No, people can have stuff like
Maybe
hear players all the time. They have like investments and stuff.
Yeah, you're acting on the side. You're an actor on the side, professional actor also on the side.
Acting would get in the way. Acting would get in the way. But if you want to do something every now and then it's not going to impact it. It's just that the players have to be on professional contracts, so they're like full-time, basically. It's a full-time club, is essentially what it means.
Acting's also full-time. You get what I mean? Acting's also full-time. You need the crew. You have to be around for a long period of hours, shooting and counseling and going back to do the whole scene again and a whole lot. Yeah.
Bro, they film for months. But just quick, so I'm just seeing a
report. Some even take like 18 months of one movie.
I'm just seeing the program notes from Maresca, like a couple of them anyway. And a little bit of what he said was, we're ahead of where I expected. To be honest, since I've started, the players have been open-minded. They're taking in all the information. They want to see things, they want to learn. And then he continued on to say, off the ball, we have always pressed in 4 or 5 different ways. On the ball, we're trying to find different solutions depending on how the opposition defends. Now, this is interesting because I literally just read an article from someone saying, we heard all this stuff about Maresca plays possession football and likes to dominate possession and things like this. But against West Ham, there was more of a counter-attacking aspect to the game plan. So is it that he does actually, like we heard when he became Chelsea manager, he doesn't have a plan B, but based on what we're hearing and how he speaks there, and also how Chelsea have lined up in the game against West Ham and how we sometimes line up differently. West Ham, like I said, more counter-attacking. Some games we've been more possession-based, possession-heavy, which is what we were led to believe what Maresca style football is, right? So,
Absolutely.
if anything, the fact that he himself is now saying it, literally read this article like 10, 15 minutes before he went live. The fact he's now saying like it's on the ball to do with the opposition just shows that A, he does have a plan B, and B, it also means that not only does he have a plan B, but if he's setting up specific things for specific opponents, that's what your top managers do. They can adjust their game plan based on A, the level opponent, B, who the opponent are, how the opponent play, so that you have the best chance of winning. Right?
Right.
So if he's able to do that, which so far it looks like he can, he actually could be the guy that stays at Chelsea for a long time, because we're starting to see what he wants. We're hearing A from him, and B, we can sort of see these things where, as I'm saying, like he sort of adapts game to game sometimes. That's what your top managers do. I'm not saying he's got to be a top manager. He could be. There's no reason why he can't. But I'm saying that's something that he's clearly trying to do that those elite level managers do. They make these adjustments so that they can win the game, they can get the points, they can fight for the trophies, right? Yeah. Whereas if you just have one plan, all the opponent has to do is look, say, I don't know, 10, 15 games, they find a pattern, right? Oh, for 10, 15 games, they've done this. I don't need to watch the other however many games, right? Yeah. Because I've seen, like, don't pick them from one period, pick them from different periods. Maybe you split into thirds the season and go 5 from here, 5 from here, 5 from here. Randomly pick them, right? And if there's a familiar pattern in that 15 games, that's all they do. Okay, this is my plan to stop it. And then you're in trouble because then they master a plan that stops you, and then everyone does the same thing, and then you start getting bad results, then you get sacked, and everyone wonders what went wrong. But if you're able to have a plan B and to be able to adapt to specific opponent's style of play, then that is literally how you win games, how you win titles, how you win league trophies and Champions Leagues and all these things. Look, I'm not saying the guy is going to win it all or he's going to be here for 10, 15, 20, 30 years, right?
Right.
But the fact that people, and I hadn't really thought of it that deeply, you know me, I go to games, I pick up on little things. But there's some people who look into it on a more deeper level that have identified this. Literally, that article got put out earlier today. Unfortunately, it's behind a paywall, so I can't give too much away, right?
Okay.
But my point is they've identified that, oh, it looks like maybe he's changed it based on opponent. And then literally the same day that's come out, Maresca in his program notes has said on the ball, it's based on essentially how the opponents defend. I'm just saying it could work. He could prove everybody wrong.
Absolutely. I know. Look, if I could take what Thomas Tuchel said when he came at Chelsea, when he was being hired as Chelsea coach. He said one thing, I will never forget it. He said, Chelsea Football Club is a football club made for all managers to succeed. If you come to Chelsea Football Club and you don't succeed, then then there's something really wrong with you. They have the resources, they have the players, they have everything for a very good manager. Not even a good manager, and not even a good manager. Just a manager. You don't have to be the one of the top managers in the world. But as soon as you've been employed as a Chelsea manager, you will succeed. If you work according to what they want you to do, you will succeed. And Enzo Maresca, we saw Di Matteo, who is not good as a tactician. He succeeded to be able to lift up Chelsea or provide Chelsea first ever Champions League trophy. Alban Grant took Chelsea to Champions League finals first in 2008. Goose Indies have done it with so many times. We've won FA Cups, we've won helped Chelsea win titles also. Anytime he's been called upon to come in and help out. We've seen Carlo Ancelotti. Almost every manager, unless those that are very, very hard and got hard ears and don't want to listen to the players and create problems for them own self, like in AVG, Andrews Villas-Boas. AVB. Villas-Boas, one of them. Andrews Villas-Boas. If I can remember.
You know, the one thing I'll quickly add on that, right?
Filippo Scolari, I'm not so sure what really went wrong with Filippo Scolari. But
that one's the weird one because he was a World Cup winner and everything. He came in, everyone was excited. Oh, we've got Scolari, he's great. And then everything just went downhill. It's like, wait, what's gone on here? What's gone wrong? But on the Villas-Boas thing, I mean, I think we've mentioned it before. There's the story that John Terry told where in pre-season he put the academies in essentially like business class / first class, and all the first team players who got the club to where they were in economy, or he put like half in economy and half in business with the academy players. And then on the way back, it was got to switch. And like the academy kids had said, because John Terry like called him out on it, called Villas-Boas out on it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay, it's uncomfortable, whatnot. And this is one thing, like people say, oh, Terry thought he was a boss. No, what people have to understand is that in this one, you can't blame him. There's a level of respect that Petr Cech, Frank Lampard, Didier Drogba, John Terry, all these players had earned through the years, that they should be the guys who are in the business class, in the first class, because they got the club to that point. The academy players want to get to that. The academy players shouldn't be tasting that, right? So he said, like, it's okay, it has to come from him. He made the decision. He has to basically rectify it. 100% correct. But it wasn't going to work, was it? Like, if you're trying to make such a big statement on almost day one, and it's backfired that badly, which on that one, fair enough. There's some things that players have done in the past where I go, can't agree with that, mate. Just can't. But on that, they're the established players. They've earned that. They've got the club to that point. But with Villas-Boas, obviously, we got battered the Napoli away. He got sacked, and then Di Matteo took over. Yeah? What Di Matteo done, was he didn't really change much. He tweaked little bits about it and just let the players do what they did. Do you know, I always remember this story, or roughly the story was a few of the players have told it, basically saying how during the Champions League final team talk in 2012, you have your meal, you have your meeting before the game and all that, like your meeting the night before the game and all that, and you're expecting tactics. Do you know what he did? What Di Matteo did?
Tell me, Steven.
He essentially got like the loved ones of the players, like their mums, their partners, their kids, to film videos of themselves, like sending a message to the players. And I think, I can't remember who it was that said it. I think what they said was that was the best team talk, because that was essentially the motivation that they sort of needed, like, which, look, it's unique. He done that. he didn't know if it was going to work, but he knew essentially that we've played this way, get into the final. The players know what to do, and I'm going to try something different to motivate them. Right?
Right.
It worked. Okay, Chelsea sat back a lot in that game, but you're against a team significantly better. You've got, I think both our centre-backs were, well, I know who our centre-backs were, but I think both, if I remember correctly, were coming off of hamstring injuries. They weren't expected to play. So you've got two centre-backs with two legs between them combined, because they've both got an injured leg.
Mm-hmm.
So you had to do what you had to do. I mean, we talked about Arsenal the other day. This was more my point, not about Di Matteo and all that, but my point was more on what Di Matteo did in Barcelona. Obviously, Chelsea won the first leg 1-0. They go 2-0 down, John Terry with a red card. Arsenal sat back at 10 men. Chelsea sat back, but they still had an outlet. Chelsea still went, and they, not even an outlet, bro. We were 2-0 down.
We even have midfielders.
We played the pass, that Lampard reverse pass to Ramirez, who runs onto it and chips Valdez. Yeah? Bro, we had 10 men. And we're attacking one of the best teams in the world, the best team in the world at the time. Yeah? Like, that takes in... So I don't say... that takes cojones to go to their stadium, one of the most difficult teams to play in one of the most difficult stadiums, go a player down and go, we know what we need to do. We're not going out lightly. We're putting everything in on this because this is like our legacy, essentially. They went out, got the goal back. Chelsea only needed one goal because away goals, 1-0 at the Bridge, so they could afford to lose 2-1 on the night away at the Camp Nou. Torres was lucky he got away with that goal there because he dribbled it from the edge of the area, got tackled. He's lucky they didn't score. He's lucky we won and just hoofballed it, because if he loses that and they score, it's a completely different conversation. You're going, why are you doing that? Just kick it away. But it worked. And that's the whole thing about the managers, right? You were saying about AVB because we're talking about Maresca, and you said about Di Matteo, and I'm just saying, like, different managers do different things. Di Matteo took over from Villas-Boas. He knew he didn't have much time between first leg, second leg. I think it was days, because I think it was like a week apart. And he knew, I've got to set up this way. It's got to be this. And then I'll just let the players essentially do whatever they need to do. They know what they need to do.
Yeah. What a story!
Yeah,
what a story!
About how it was set up differently, but yeah, we went off on a slight tangent, but you get the point.
Yeah, I get your point. What a story! I was just enjoying it. I'm like, let Stevie flow everything. I was just trying to inject some view, and Stevie is so interested in that. He will let me see. But yeah, I was interested in listening to it. Thank you very much, Stephen G. Swedish, where have you been? Long time, my friend. I hope you're doing very well. Swedish, hello to you too, my big brother. Then we have a Nick. Nick said, is a wrong question. Can the Blues progress against Barrow? Well, I don't think it's a wrong question, because if you know the stand of Barrow right now, Barrow are doing wonders. They've kicked teams like Derby County, and they keep moving, they keep progressing. And there's always shocking, or there's always something that we could hear from either EFA Cup, there's the Carabao Cup, or the FA Cup. There's always surprises there. Can they pull up an upset? You have to remember also, Chelsea will be going into this game with lots of changes. You don't expect them to have the first 11 that plays in the Premier League, in this competition, until it gets to the later page stage of the competition, when it needs bigger, more talented, more players. I'm not saying those that are going to play are not talented. We're talking about the best of all the 25-man squad that Enzo Maresca has to work with. So at this moment, there will be a lot of changes. There will be a lot of changes, and therefore others to get game time. So that's what we're looking at this moment. So Nick, thank you very much for the wonderful comment. He says that it must be easy win, according to him. Sometimes they'll say football is not played on paper. We have to wait and see what happens on the pitch. Yeah, don't underestimate that small team. And Barrow, don't underestimate Barrow. Don't underestimate Barrow at all. Swati said I was busy in work, man. Happy to see you after a long time. I'm also happy to see you because you've been a very very dedicated person to this platform as usual. So thank you very much. And I even asked of you, Steve. I was even talking to Steven the other day about you that I haven't seen in a while. But I'm very happy to have you and see you again, and I hope you're doing very well. We get to see more of our followers and subscribers each and every time, guys. So don't forget to drop a like on the video. Yes, and also share the video for me. We hope to get to. We're getting close. I think we need a little, almost about or a little around 200 more new subscribers, and we can hit our 4K. We are there, 200 new subscribers, and we can hit our 4K. We're very, very close. So I know you guys will make that the reality. You guys are legend. You guys have made this platform what it is, and we keep going. We keep on moving. And I always say, whenever you have an upset in life, it's never too late. It gives you time to reassess yourself and get start all over again. So we are still there, and I know you guys have supported this platform for many years and months. Manchester is red. Our good Manchester United fan from he said, "Oh, Indiana Jones." Is there Indiana Jones? Is that what he means? He said, "Hi to you too." Easy game for Chelsea. Yes, we'll be looking at
just quick on this, right? Because
today, go for it, Steven.
Yeah, because I saw the comment about it shouldn't be a question of can Chelsea progress, right? You remember Chelsea played Wimbledon in the second or third round last year, right?
Last season, yeah.
Yeah, last season. That was the second round. So that was the round before this, yeah? Because Chelsea weren't in Europe, they entered the round before. So Chelsea entered the second round last year. Do you remember who Chelsea played?
If I can remember, I think we played. Now go for it.
Wimbledon. Do you know what league Wimbledon were in?
Oh, non-league. It's a non-league side.
No, because it's Carabao Cup, so it's only the Football League and the Prem. They were in League Two. They went 1-0 up in the 19th minute. Chelsea equalised through Madueke with a penalty on the 46th minute, as in 45 plus 1. Yeah. Enzo Fernandes won that for Chelsea in the 72nd minute. That was League Two Wimbledon. Yeah. Let's quickly run through the team that started that day for a second, right? Because I want to get a point across of no game's easy. We said this at the start of the stream, already said it multiple times since.
We said
Chelsea for that game, right?
is easy.
Mm-hmm. Chelsea for that game started Sanchez in goal, Disasi, Colwell, Bashir Humphreys, Ian Martson, Leslie Ugachukwu, Conor Gallagher, and Cucurella, right? In attack, we had Noni Madueke, Diego Moreira, and Mason Burstow. Moreira got hooked at half-time for Nicholas Jackson. Gusto got subbed on. Enzo got subbed on. Both those two subs of Gusto and Enzo happened to 65th minute. And Caicedo got subbed on in the 81st minute. And Chelsea only won 2-1 to League Two Wimbledon. They went on to finish their season in 10th place last season. Right? I'm not asking. I'm actually saying that's a fact. They finished 10th in League Two last season. Right? Wimbledon are now 5th in League Two to start this season, and with a game in hand on Barrow, so they could go level at the top of the league with Barrow, Gillingham, and obviously then be themselves, and have 3 teams on the same number of points to start this season. Yeah? But that's my point, right? No game's easy. You look at the strength of that squad. That squad should have still battered Wimbledon last season. There's no excuse why it shouldn't, but Chelsea went 1-0 down, didn't score till right on half-time for a penalty, and then didn't score the winner till 18 minutes before the end, and Chelsea struggled in that game under Pochettino. So no game's easy. And this opposition in Barrow are top of the league right now. So Wimbledon weren't top of the league when we played them. I think they were actually bottom half when we played them. So this one's got to be even more difficult than Wimbledon last year. We should win. There's no excuse not to win, as there wasn't last year. But again, the point being, there's no easy games in football. On paper, there's no easy games. On paper, Chelsea should win. Reality, anything can happen.
Absolutely. Reality, anything can happen, according to Steven. Big up to you. Manchester is red forever. He said Swedish, he's doing very, very well. Chelsea needs centre back, according to Manchester. It's red forever. Good that Sterling don't stay at the football club and he's move on. Absolutely. Steven will be the one that
Chelsea players on loan?
yeah.
I'm not sure.
How many Chelsea players on loan right now? We'll give you that information as the stream goes on.
I actually don't know. I was trying to think off the top of my head. It might be about 15, 20.
15 or 20 players. I would say maybe 15. But anyway, we'll be looking at other Premier League. If you look at the games that will be taking place, EFL Cup that will be taking place today. Chelsea Barrow that will take place at about 2:45 p.m. my time. That will be in about
Kickoffs in 2 hours, Lee.
in 2 hours time. All right, that's about 2 hours time. Then Manchester City played Watford Championship tie. They used to be in the Premier League. Yeah, Watford used to be in the Premier League. They're now relegated, and they play their trade in the Championship. And also Wassel, Wassel is the name. Wassel will be hosting Leicester City today at 2:45 p.m. same time as Chelsea play. What was that, Steven?
Walsall.
Okay. Leicester City.
That's a bit of a tricky one.
City. Yeah. I think Walcombe? Is it Walcombe?
Wickham.
Is it Wickham?
Wickham.
Wickham won this. Okay, Wickham won this. Will be taking on Aston Villa today. So yeah, this is some of these EFL Cup games that will be taking place. So there's football to watch, and also there are games going on La Liga. Sevilla playing Real Valladolid, and Valencia playing Osasuna, Real Madrid also Alaves. So there are games there if you're looking for games to watch, and also Atlanta playing Como, which is set.
No, that was yesterday. That was yesterday. No.
Oh
wait, no, it got postponed. Correction, it got postponed. I forgot it got postponed. That's my bad.
So there are some few games. If you're interested in watching some Italian Serie A games, there are games you can watch. Also, if you have you like Coppa Italia is over there with Lecce playing Sampdoria. And Sassuolo. Yeah, Lecce plays Sassuolo today, which is Sassuolo won 2-0. And we have Cagliari who are playing Cremonese. They're playing Cremonese today. It is 0-0 right now. Then we have Torino taking on Empoli around 3 p.m. my time, which will be the next an hour and a half. The Torino and an Empoli game will take off. So yeah, I'll give you some few fixtures that is going on around in the top European flight league and some Copa America games. Some what do you call it, Coppa Italian games, and also La Liga games, and the EFL games. So that is what we are looking at this moment. So guys, really appreciate your time. Each one of you joining us here, 11 on YouTube and over 20 something on X. We really appreciate your time. We are looking at the big game that is will be taking place here soon at Stamford Bridge. It is the Carabao Cup time tonight. The Blues faces a tricky test against an informed Barrow. Will Chelsea quality shine through, or can Barrow pull off a massive upset? It's always an upset that can be pulled by any other team. Swedish, thank you very much for your comments. Swedish, people troll Enzo, but people don't see the difference when he plays, what he brings in the team against Bournemouth. Midfield was struggling, but in West Ham game, he brings stability in midfield. Thank you very much. Sometimes I feel like they don't really see what Enzo Fernandez does, but now I see the lights are shining. People are seeing what he provides to this team. I'm not a guy that is always too quick to judge. One, I realized that there's no stability in terms of our managerial department. The manager himself hasn't really able to stabilize the kind of football he wants to play. Yet, when that happened, it affects the personnel on the pitch, which is the players themselves. It was a hard time for Mauricio Pochettino himself to be able to come up with his first, what I say, is provided or starting 11 the whole of entire season. Players were going in and out, injured players. So it's very, very difficult for you to have your, preferred starting 11. Isn't even with Enzo Maresca, 5 games already in the Premier League, still have a little ups and downs in terms of his starting 11. Even trying players in the back, with the up front, with the players up in terms of the attacking players in the midfield, he's okay with that. But his problem is the defense. We've seen Tosi came in, he left. We've seen Badishia being in. He's taking the place. He's now left. He's given that position now to Levi Kowa. Levi Kowa hasn't put a foot wrong. Wesley Fofana, to be honest with you, he has surprised me. He has played 5 Premier League games, 90 minutes, and hasn't put a foot wrong. Wesley Fofana, it's getting to where he has to get to right now, in my opinion. So he's done a very, very great job. So thank you very much, Aswadis, for your comment. We have Manchester is red forever. What happened? All of a sudden, his thing changed. Okay. He said Chelsea Bass. What do you mean Chelsea Bass? United is red. I don't get this comment. What do you mean Chelsea Bass? Are you saying Chelsea Park the Bass? That thing is not synonymous with Chelsea anymore. It's not affiliated with Chelsea anymore. Chelsea Park the Bass. No. Chelsea does it. And even when Chelsea parked the bus, it's not as ugly as you saw at the Etihad, where Arsenal really played 10 men. Well, I say they played with 10 men, and the formation was 1-10-0. You get what I mean?
No.
Was no attacking player.
The formation for Arsenal was it was 6-3-0. No, 5-4-0. Then they made another couple of changes, and it became 6-3-0.
6-3-0. All right, so that's some of the information that we saw. We think Arsenal put up.
I think it even became 7-2-0 at one point.
When Chelsea, Steven said in earlier on, when Chelsea were playing that have that strategy, park the bus team thing. Can you imagine? We went to Camp Nou. We sat deep. But we did not sit deep without an attacking or player up front. We have Ramirez who scored for Chelsea on that day. And there's no way you can compare this Manchester City team to the Barcelona team at that time. 20 years ago, Barcelona team. No one on earth can play against that team. No one even played attacking football or possession-based football than the Barcelona team that Chelsea played at Camp Nou to qualify to win the Champions League in 2012. There's no other better team than that. They have the likes of Iniesta. They have the likes of what's his name again? Iniesta. They have Messi. They have Alvarez. They have Iniesta. All these players win that team. They have Busquets. They have Busquets. They have Piqué. And Danny what?
Danny Alvarez.
Danny Alvarez, the left back player. So that squad, if you talk about possession base, they're better than what
Xavi. Did you say Xavi?
Yeah, Xavi.
You know that again, whilst we're on it, yeah? That game at the Camp Nou, yeah? They had Valdez in goal, who got chipped by Ramirez. Got to chuck that in again.
Best at that time.
Mm-hmm. Carlos Puyol, yeah?
Puyol, best goal defender at that time.
They had Gerard Piqué.
Beautiful. He played forever.
Who came off after about 26 minutes. I can't remember. I think he was injured. They had Mascherano, obviously former West Ham and former Liverpool player as well.
Argentine legend, Liverpool legend, and Barcelona legend.
They had a midfield. I kid you not, this was actually their midfield for the whole 90 minutes of Iniesta, Sergio Busquets, yeah, and Xavi, yeah. They had Isaac Cuenca, for anyone that remembers him, Lionel Messi, Cesc Fabregas, And then up top, they had Alexis Sanchez. That was their starting lineup for that game. And this ain't the same Sanchez that we saw in the Premier League. And then off the bench, they brought Dani Alves, Tello, and Seydou Keita.
Yeah, Seydou Keita. At that time, he was African best player of the year. So that team, I said, big up to you.
Was he Senegalese or Mali, right?
Yeah, he was from Mali. Seydou Keita, yeah. Mali, African best player at that time, and he was playing for the Barcelona. He was playing for Barcelona, and he was in the squad that played. And I'm trying to compare. It's not comparable. You can't compare the Barcelona team at that time to what Manchester City have now, because the amount of talent on that pitch is not anywhere compared to what Manchester City have. And Chelsea went to the Camp Nou. They did not sit deep, although they went to qualify to the Champions League final. They did not just sit deep like Arsenal did against Manchester City at the Etihad. They had two players. They had players up front. So they were playing with attacking players, although they were not with a man down. But even when Chelsea was with a man down, I think there was one of the games that Chelsea had John Terry.
Yeah, it was the second one. That's the one I'm saying. It was the one at the Camp Nou. He got the red card.
Yeah, we had the red card.
My whole point on that was, we was 1-0 down. Yeah. We was 1-0 down, 35th minute. 2 minutes later, John Terry gets sent off in the 37th.
By kicking out.
7 minutes later, they go up 2-0. Yeah?
Yeah.
2 minutes after they go 2-0 up, Lampard plays in Ramirez, who chips Victor Valdez.
Mm-hmm.
Nice reverse pass on the halfway line, through to Ramirez, chips Valdez, Chelsea 2-1 up. They didn't even need to score again if they didn't want to, but Torres did. Torres repaid his 50 million in the Champions League semi-final with that goal. And then he won the corner where Drogba got the equalizer in the final as well.
There you go. So, like I was saying, even though Chelsea sit deep, when they had a man down at the Camp Nou, arguably playing the best team in the world at that time, paraded with lots of leaders in the world that are playing that team, Chelsea did not sit deep to play that ugly football like Arsenal did. So just one or the other, I've just left that there. Big up to you. I want to love you forever. She said a big up, Nee and Steven. Sorry for joining late. I'm just returning to work after my therapy. I hope everyone is doing well today. Thank you very much, and I hope that you're doing well. Yes, the other day updated me on your slight injury, but I hope you'll keep it strong, my sister. Big up to Swadish. She said I was talking about Enzo Fernandez, not Enzo Maresca. Thank you. Well noticed. Swadish said my prediction for Chelsea game today is 3-1 Chelsea. Big up. I love that prediction. I hope it comes to pass. JC, big brother, nice to have you on the show again. He says, hello, Nee. How are you? I'm doing wonderful. JC, I hope you're doing well too. If you are joining us here, we'll be going to Tactical Board here soon. Stephen has already shared that link. So we will be going to our Tactical Board. I want to get you guys involved. What you guys make of the tactical work that we're gonna have, and also I did talk about some few games, and also I did said earlier on, if you're joining us here, the women football, which is the WSL, has really got himself into a bumper deal. Barclays doubles investment in WFL with £45 million deal, as it has been recorded. WSL results secures the record sponsorship. Barclays £45 million investment signal a new era for the football club. It's always looking easy and looking bigger once you separate yourself from the government, and then you have your own. You're now under a private entity. The same thing the Premier League did. They moved themselves from the government and they got themselves into private equity. Now look at where the Premier League is. The women have done the same thing. As soon as they moved themselves to go on the private company, look at the bumper deal. 45 million for it never happened again, like 2 times what they used to be under. So this will, a time will come, the women game will be the second best watch league in the Premier League. That's what I'm seeing right now with this deal. The women's league will be the second best watch league in the Premier League. Mark it on this
You
wall.
mean in England, by the way?
In England, yeah, in England. I mean, in
I
England.
don't think it's anything to do with the whole thing with the government. What it is that
Hold on.
no, nee.
Hold
But
on 1 second. Before you
but
move
the
on,
old deal's
the reason why I'm
expired.
saying it, Stephen, the
The
reason
old
why I'm
deal
saying it,
expired, and since that deal got signed, the women's game, I think that deal got signed 4 or so years ago, roughly.
yeah,
Might even be longer than that. But since then, don't forget England women won the Euros, and then the growth for the women's game after that grew exponentially. You've had Arsenal selling out the Emirates, you've had Chelsea sell out Stamford Bridge, like they're selling out the men's teams' stadiums now. So the growth of the game has gone up. Therefore, the money that the league gets has to also increase to make it sustainable, so that the clubs can get bigger money to do bigger investments to improve the facilities and stuff for the women's game, to then keep growing that
but
game,
my
keep
my
growing
main
the women's
reason,
game.
excuse me, my main reason why I said that it's better for the VSL to move away from the government is if you put that under the government, it becomes too much tax for the government to handle, and when that happens, it doesn't have that sustainability of growth when they are under the government. The government can take care of because they take care of the national team, they take care of the under 17s, under 20s, under 23, and also yet alone the national team. You get what I'm saying? So even if all these are there, it becomes a huge task for the government to handle. So that is why I feel like if the women's league alone move away from the government under a private entity, it makes it more lucrative in terms of investments and publicity, and because you have people who have invested into that league, you have people who are in charge. They're not under the government, so they have so much things to do to improve the league, where the government doesn't care so much because. And the things that you're saying, it is Arsenal. Arsenal Football Club as a whole that is pushing it to get to that numbers. Chelsea Football Club as a whole that is pushing it. So imagine without Arsenal Football Club pushing the women's game, it wouldn't get that numbers that we had. If you haven't seen Chelsea advertising on their platform each and every day, have you support? You're gonna see what's his name? This Norwegian player that plays in attacking role for this women football. She comes and make a short video. Have you good writing will say that. Some of these Captain Miller Bright will also come on. Have you purchased your ticket? Chelsea will be playing Arsenal 3 p.m. UK time. Have you purchased your ticket? If you haven't purchased, you want to watch me play, go get a ticket, and you see good writing right on the page. Those are the things that individual football clubs are doing to publish to enhance the women's football. Now a different private entity are holding on to it, and they'll push it more than the clubs are doing. So the clubs that really help the government to push that narrative across social media for others to buy in and follow and start watching the women's football. But good job for the national team and what they've done with the women's football. That have attracted also a lot of people getting into it. I've been watching women's football for years. I'm talking about African women's football, Ghana, Nigeria, Cameroon, South Africa, one of the top African women football nations in Africa. So yeah, I've been watching this for a long time. But anyway, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna get into it. And like I said, I put this up earlier on in case if you can find that, if you can find that the deal that I put up. I can't find it. I'm looking at the group, and I don't know if I'm going to.
It's not that far up. I'll find it in 2 seconds. Got it.
If you can read it, can you read it out?
The Women's Super League, WSL, have agreed a new 3-year sponsorship deal with Barclays. The $45 million deal will see the British bank double their investment in the women's game. It is the first major contract secured by the WSL's new takeover company, Women's Professional Leagues Limited, WPLL.
Great. Thank you very much.
My thing with it is that, like I said, like that old deal was probably signed 3-4 years ago. Yeah. So since then, the women have won the Euros, and then we've seen the numbers of girls' participation in football and in sport in general since then dramatically increase. So the next sponsorship deal always had to be significantly bigger so they can get the clubs like basically funding to do more stuff in the communities, to improve the facilities and stuff like that. Because I think that I don't agree with what Man U did, but Man U moved the women's team into porta cabins to change their training ground. The men's team moved into women's facilities whilst the men's facilities are getting work done. Yeah. I don't agree with that. But one of the things that I think came out of it was that the women's team for Man United operate at a loss currently.
Right.
So you need a bigger deal to cover the losses that you basically have through the women's game at the moment. But over time, the women's game will get bigger, and then they'll have more games at the men's stadiums. Maybe the stadiums for the women increase. I think I've got to see this. Take me 2 seconds to search it. But
find it.
Yeah.
Find it. We'll come back to it. As you comment here, I'm going to go through real quick whilst looking for that. Chelsea perspective. Big up to my big brother in the building. He said, big up to me and hashtag Steven out. Thank you very much. Chelsea Coachella in the building. My brother, I hope you're doing well. And the family is doing wonderful as well. He says a big up to everyone in the chat here. Love definition. Big up to my brother. He said 4-0 to Chelsea. I hope that comes, but I've told you guys it's not going to be that easy. Football is not played on paper alone. But then let's see how Enzo Maresca's number of changes. There's going to be a lot of changes on the pitch. He's going to make a lot of changes. So let's see how those teams gel, the players gel together and play as a team. Big up to you, Karin. I'm sure that's the name. Karin. He said, I love Chili B. He loves Chili B. Thank you very much, Kareem. And big up to my brother, DJ Services. Big up to me, Steven, and everyone in the chat today. Guys, my question to you is, can we compare the Barcelona team that Chelsea played 10 against 11 to qualify to the Champions League final? Can we compare that team to what Pep Guardiola have assembled at Manchester City that played against Arsenal on Sunday at Etihad? Arsenal went down a man, and they played a different kind of a pack the bus team that I've never seen before. And my question to you is, which of these two teams is better? Is it the Pep Guardiola team at Camp Nou 2012 that Chelsea played against them, or the recent Pep Guardiola's team at the the one that he has put together at Etihad? Which one is better? To me, I've just said it. To me, the Camp Nou one, with that number of players, we went through the player list, we went through them, and I'm taking the Camp Nou one to be better than what he has now at the Etihad. That's what I'm going for. Let me know where you guys stand on that team. But thank you very much, Stephen. Are we ready to go? We're ready.
Yeah, I've already got it out ready. The only thing I'm going to quickly say before we do that is that what I was saying about the women's game, right, is that Kings Meadow currently is about 4,800 capacity, right? But with the women's team selling out Stamford Bridge a couple times now, and you could probably increase that by a fair bit. You could probably increase that towards more like 10,000 and sell it out now regularly. That's not an over exaggeration either. Like, if you're selling out that, then there's no reason you can't expand it by a couple thousand at the current site.
That's not a point of correction. If the Kings Meadow, Chelsea doesn't own it, right?
Chelsea do own it. Chelsea own it. It used to be the home of the Chelsea Academy, Chelsea Women, and AFC Wimbledon. Chelsea got it off of AFC Wimbledon, and AFC Wimbledon moved to a new site.
So now it's Chelsea Women that play.
It's Chelsea Women and Chelsea Academy that play there.
So look,
But
I know,
sometimes they have games at Stamford Bridge, the women.
I know we did talk about this earlier on, Stephen, in regards to if Chelsea move away. DJ South even said that it would be better if the women can go to
Move
Stamford
to
Bridge. But
Stamford
my
Bridge.
problem is I know the women doesn't have the numbers to fill up Stamford Bridge. They don't
Nee,
have
they've done it a
45,000.
couple times already. They've already done it a couple times.
They couldn't fill it up. They couldn't fill the place up.
They
Stephen.
have. They have sold it out.
They did.
They have done it, yeah. I can't remember.
Okay.
I think it
So
was the Barcelona game in the Champions League last season. The women sold it out. I think they sold it out once or twice before, but they sell a lot of tickets. Bro,
but if they do,
you could knock down Stamford Bridge, build at Earls Court if we can attain that Earls Court land, yeah?
Mhm.
And you can make the current site, I don't know, 10, 15,000 potentially, and put the women in there and get a decent crowd there.
not just the women and the men also can play there. The men academy, the development squad, get a
Yeah,
better.
no, the academy would move there as well, and then
Yeah,
you sell off King's Meadow.
yeah, you still that place, and we still got a lot of money in the bank. Absolutely.
Mhm.
All right, guys, we got 16 of you watching live. Blueclouds Media is here. The short name is Football Menace. We're previewing the big game between Chelsea and Barrow that will take place in a few hours' time. We hope that we should be live whilst
1 hour, 30 minutes till
the
the game, which means we got 30 minutes till the lineup comes out.
30 minutes more. So we definitely will be here 30
Mhm.
minutes to see the
Nee, should we just
original
go
lineup.
should we just stream until about 7 so we can talk about the lineup when it does come out for a bit and then get off
Definitely.
and sort ourselves?
Definitely. Once the lineup comes, we'll be here for a while, go through it before we hop off the
Because
show.
I got to hop off about 7 anyway. So may as well just
Go
go till about 7, which is 15 minutes after the lineup's out, talk about it for a bit.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Absolutely. So let's do our prediction here.
Sure.
I know we have our own predicted lineup, and also I have put some prediction up. Let's go through it. What do you have on the screen, Stephen? Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's because I hadn't gone to the full screen thing on the actual tab because I just moved over to it. But yeah, so for me, this is what I go with.
Let's start with the defense. Who are you going with? Goalkeeper in goal post. Who are you going with?
Yeah, I mean, it's self-explanatory, really. I mean, Jorgensen in goal. We've already been told he's the cup goalkeeper, so you put him in goal. We've been told that Joshua Champong, Badiashile, Ben Chilwell, Carney Chukwuemeka, Dewsbury Hall, Mudryk, Tyreek George will all be involved. I've just got them all starting, so it's heavy rotation, but still a strong team. I'll go for it bit by bit in a second, but essentially what I'm saying is, look, at the end of the day, we may as well go with a lot of rotation, just starting Kunku because he's not starting many games, can maybe sub him off at half time if we're comfortable. And then you use him for the Conference League games and obviously some of the Premier League games from the start as well. But like, there's no need to start a load of starters, if any. I mean, this is a mix of your academy and second and third string players. Like, this is more than enough to beat Barrow. But yeah, in goal, as I've said, got Philip Jorgensen because we've already been told he's the cup keeper. I've gone for Joshua Champong because I think we're going to do a full change in the defensive line. So you don't have Disasi at right back. You've got Disasi at centre back instead. Fun. I look forward to that. You got Badiashile next to him, the brothers that played at Monaco together, Badiashile and Benoit Badiashile and Axel Disasi. Then left back, you've got Ben Chilwell. May as well give him some minutes in case of an emergency situation if both of Vega and Kukre get injured later in the season because he's in the squad anyway. Midfield, Dan Cassidy is the deepest option. Like I said, you don't need your first, second string players in. Lavia's not fit yet, so I wouldn't. I mean, he can't be on the bench anyway. We've already been told he's out, potentially back for the game against Brighton on Saturday. But if he was fit, I would have had him on the bench and Cassidy starting anyway. The 2-8s, I've gone for Dewsbury Hall and Carney Chukwuemeka. Carney's not got any minutes yet for whatever the reason is. So for me, that needs to happen. You may as well do it in this game against Barrow, get some minutes in his legs. And then Dewsbury Hall, I mean, he's not really getting minutes in the Premier League. Chuck him in. And if he struggles against Barrow, then we've got a lot of questions to ask. Attack, I mean, it's got to be Mudryk on the left. Tyreek George came on the right-hand side in the Conference League game against Servette. I don't mind him playing on either side, but for this, because of Mudryk got mentioned by Enzo Maresca, I've gone with George on the right, Mudryk on the left. Just gives both of them minutes. It's nice to see a couple of the academy players in the squad get some minutes in their legs, especially a talent like Tyreek George as well. We've seen what Joshua Champon can do, but we've seen what Joshua Champon can do. We've not seen much of Tyreek George. He's got minutes in like one game, so give him the minutes, and then you can have say Neto on the bench, for example, a Felix on the bench. Like, go strong on the bench. You shouldn't need it, but still put a couple academy kids in the bench. The difficulty is that the academy team also plays tonight against Bromley, so you can't have too many academy players. Bear with me 1 second. Oh, okay, I thought my thing was beeping to say I needed to plug my laptop in, but it wasn't.
No, it was from me. Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
It was from me.
That's why I was checking if it was my laptop needing plugging in. But yeah, so you get Mudryk minutes, you get Tyreek George minutes, and then I've gone in Nkunku up top. But based on social media posts, I've seen Washington put one up about this game, which means he's not involved with the academy. So maybe he ends up starting up top, and then you have, say, Nkunku and Mark Gee on the bench.
How do we have David Washington over McGee? Someone who was supposed to be in the team to, would I say, develop. David Washington, we know he's been training with the academy, he's been playing with the academy and all this while. So, in terms of
No, I'm not saying he's got to play, but
no, I'm saying no, I'm not. I know hypothetically,
but him putting up a post means that he's in the squad, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
Maybe normally only the players that are in the squad put up a post about Chelsea versus whoever, kickoff, whatever time, and all that. Normally, it's only the ones that are in the squad that put that up. I think we had the odd occasion before in the past where you'd have someone like Thiago Silva put one if he was like out injured or something, and he still put one up. But for the most part, it's only the players in the squad that put that up. So yeah, maybe Washington ends up starting and Gee comes off the bench, or the other way around. Who knows? But I wanted to go in Nkunku, get the game killed off in the first half. Then you can bring on one or two academy players and rotate some other players in as well.
That's what I'm thinking. That's the same way I was also thinking here. How start the game very well, because it's very, very important. The way you start the game is very, very important. You start well, kill the game in first half, kill the game second half. Try at least by 60, 70 of minutes, the game is already there. Then you can give access some game time to the other academy players to come on and improve themselves. And I want to see more of Joshua Champon. I want to see more of Tyreek George and what he can do. Then if you have the killer players on the bench, like the Felix and the others, bring them on for the cherry on the cake. So DJ Subs, the Champon, a good shout. Would you not start Felix? Give him a proper run out.
No, we don't need him for this game. You can use Felix in the Conference League.
Yeah, DJ.
We got. I think it's Ghent next Thursday. So you put Felix in the starting lineup for Ghent next Thursday.
Yeah, I mean, DJ, we're playing Barrow. With all due respect, I know. I mean, is it's not championship, right? This is Division 2, right?
No, they're League 2. They're
League
fourth
2, sorry,
division.
call it League 2. The League 2 squad side. I mean, you don't need Felix to be in that game, unless the going has become very, very difficult. Then you can put in there. But let's see this in a very, very in an animated form. I have this same information because we did talk about this before I put this information together. So I did put this information in the animated form. So if you guys see it there, we can just look at it real quick. I did
the YouTube
on my website on YouTube. So you can check it out and give me a like on it if you're okay with that. if you're not okay with some of these players, then there we can talk about it. I have a Chilwell, Badishia, Disasi, Champon, Joshua Champon, Cassidy in there. I have a KD.
You went the exact same this time, didn't you?
Yeah. This time I went with the same squad. Let me go back to the squad again. Let me go back to the squad again.
As you get that set up, right?
Yeah.
So one thing I will say is that for me, what I would do is, so I'd obviously have the lineup that I've just shown you guys on that tactical board. But what I'd do then is about 45 to 60 minutes, I'd put Mark Guéhi on for Nkunku. I'd put Gusto on about 20 minutes left because he's coming back from injury, getting 15, 20 minutes in his legs. So bring off maybe Disasi, move a Champong to centre-back or something. I'd bring on Tosin as well. So maybe you take off Badiashile, put Tosin on. And then I'd put Vega on for Chilwell.
You take your left-footed centre back and bring in Tosin, who's not a left-footed player.
Yeah, it don't make a big difference. Sometimes
it can give you a little bit of imbalance in terms of passes, distributions, and stuff like that. Don't you think so?
Not really. I mean, sometimes yes, but at the same time, it's not a necessity. Like you've seen it before. You've seen so many teams. They'll go like so. It used to be a common thing. You'll have like a left footer and a right foot, right centre back, left foot, left centre back. But you see it now. You have teams that go 2 right-footed centre backs, for example, or 2 left-footed centre backs, for example. And if I remember rightly, I think Tosin's quite good with both feet as well, if I remember correctly. So it kind of makes up for that anyway. And also, it's just a way of getting minutes in the legs for a lot of the players because Vega I would put on for Chilwell. There's no need to have Cucurella on the bench. Mark Guéhi needs minutes. I mean, it is what it is. Apparently, Washington seems like he's in the squad now. So who knows what's happening there? Tosin, I'd bring on Vega as well. I mean, if you really want to keep it with having a left-footed left centre-back, then you go a Champong off for Gusto in the last 20 minutes, 15 minutes. You go Disasi off for Tosin, keep Badiashile there, take Vega and put him on for Chilwell, nearly said Colwell, and then you make one attacking change. Having said that, you are then still able to make one more change. So you could maybe bring on an academy kid that's maybe on the bench or something.
And also, you have to remember that Ben Chilwell hasn't seen a lot of minutes, so he might be a little bit.
That's why I said for him, you take him off about 45, 60 minutes. Him and Nkunku, I'd say both 45, 60 minutes. And then the other 2 are more like 55, 70, 75.
Okay. Fair enough. DJ Sub said.
Hang on, just quick, right? So Absolute Chelsea have put out the players that have arrived at Stamford Bridge.
Well, take us through the players. Then.
There's 2 goalkeepers. The 2 goalkeepers are Philip Jorgensen and Marcus Bettinelli.
Okay, then that's
the defenders that are with the squad.
That's second goalkeeper and third goalkeeper for this game.
Yeah. So the defenders that are at Stamford Bridge are Vega, Joshua Champong, Badiashile, Axel Disasi, Malo Gusto, Levi Colwell, Ben Chilwell. The midfielders they have are Enzo, Cassidy, Dewsbury Hall, Chukwuemeka. The attackers that have gone to Stamford Bridge for the game, Mark Guéhi, João Felix, Pedro Neto, David Washington, Mihailo Mudryk, Tyreek George, and Nkunku. That means I am still on, based on the players that have arrived, for 100% starting lineup accuracy.
They have more defenders and more attacking players because in the defense, they have almost about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, but
defending.
like Nkunku, for example, can play as one of the eights, for example, but they've got him down as an attacker. So
Yeah, okay.
it's one of those things.
Yeah. All right, so guys, just little
to
tip
cut you
on the
off,
iceberg
right?
over there.
Nee. So Ornstein's just put this out, right? It's about the Man City Watford game. Caden Braithwaite starts for Man City versus Watford tonight. He's 16 years old and 183 days. The centre-back becomes the third youngest Man City player ever and the youngest Man City player in the Premier League era.
16 years.
16 years old, 183 days.
Is it one of the things that they're doing in the Premier League to make sure they make some Premier League record? 16 years old. What's he gonna do?
Oh, he's starting against Watford. He's a centre-back.
Yeah. Centre-back.
Oh, shoot. I
All
won't
right.
the same.
I mean, I remember when I saw Cole Palmer. I never thought it was going to be that good. I never thought. I saw that goal he scored in
when Chelsea signed him, or
no, before when he was playing for Man City. I didn't know it was going to be that good now. But yeah, I was like, who's this guy? He's got that wonder goal, that banger from the right-hand side for Man City. What's this guy? But yeah, today we're seeing the best of Cole Palmer. So sometimes you don't have to judge a book by its cover. But open the book, see what it's all about. But thank you guys for being here. We'll be here. We got how many more minutes? Even half an hour to go through the original lineup, right?
15 minutes.
15 minutes more. So guys, we're still gonna be here 15 minutes more waiting for the lineup. Like I said, DJ JC and everyone that is watching live. I did talk about the best paraded squad that Barcelona put up against Chelsea in 2012. That squad and the squad that Manchester City have ever paraded, the one that won the Champions League. Can you compare those two squads? And if you can, which one is better? Is it the Barcelona squad of 2012 or the Manchester City squad that won the Champions League? Let me know in the comment section below. Let's have a debate on it. And if you have more prediction, DJ, if you have any prediction, I know DJ will never put numbers down. He and Steven are similar. So DJ will put numbers down. JC, you have any number regarding today's scoreline? Predicted scoreline. If you have any predicted scoreline, let us know in the comment section below. I'm going for a Chelsea 3-0. I'm going for Chelsea 3-0 Stamford Bridge. We have to make Stamford Bridge a difficult place to go and play football, like Mourinho did in his days. It made it very difficult, and a lot of Premier League clubs, players that have played in Stamford Bridge at that era will tell you they never want to play at Stamford Bridge because it's a difficult place to go and pick up points. John Terry, I've cemented the whole ground. Can we make it the first race again? Can we do it? Time for us to put the mark down and make sure things become very difficult for people. But anyway, we have we've gone through a lot of the news regarding today's big game, and also we did talk about the women's game. Women's game have accumulated 45 million sponsorship deal that will take the WSL to a different level. And also, Stephen was going to say this, but I think he's forgotten it right now. Some statistics on the board.
Oh, no, I didn't know when you wanted them. I still got them.
All right, go for it then. Let me take the first one. You take the second one. I'll take the third one.
Well, I've already done the first and the second one.
All right,
I've done that
earlier. The third one.
There's 5. So there's the first of, then there's the Barrow are first, and then there's the one about the dev team, and then there's the one about last time Chelsea played Barrow. So there's actually still another 4 or 5.
All right. So I'll start from the third one. You say if you're looking at the game between Barrow and Chelsea, or Barrow Chelsea versus Barrow, one of them. I think it's
Chelsea versus
Barrow. If you're looking at that, first of a consecutive Chelsea home matches. First of 4 consecutive Chelsea home matches. Let me take the next one.
Yeah. The next one that we have down here is that Barrow are first place in League Two, 4th Division English Football Pyramid.
Yeah.
And then the next one's the one directly under it about the dev squad.
Yeah, Chelsea development squad also played tonight against Bromley. Bromley 16th place below
16
Barrow
places.
16 places.
Yeah.
Below Barrow in League Two. So
yeah, and then the last one that I had was that Chelsea last played Barrow in 1948.
Okay. Chelsea played Barrow 19. The last time they played Barrow was 1948.
Yeah.
Bam. Statistics
Chelsea
right there,
had
guys.
only been a club for 43 years at that point.
Yeah. Captain Motion's big up to Captain Motion in the studio. Today he said that Chelsea. When you go to the stadium, I've been to Chelsea game before, but not in England. So you're barely gonna hear Chelsea is the name. He says Chelsea is the name. Captain Motion said Bromley sucks, according to Captain Motion. DJ Sab said notice.
Yeah, but
no
Bromley are playing our
talent
academy team.
in the
Just
starting
quickly,
11.
the academy, so the academy obviously aren't professionals. They're playing Bromley, whereas the Chelsea first team are playing Barrow. But Barrow and Bromley are in the same league. So both Chelsea teams, the dev team, so development team, and the first team are both playing League Two opposition tonight, and I think both kick off at the same time as well.
DJ said notice no
Chelsea have
talent.
made 11 changes. Team news will be announced in 10 minutes, but there's 11 changes, full change. So I say again, Stephen is on for 100% record on his lineup for the second game. I think the first one was the one I joined you at from the stadium.
Yeah.
What game was that? That was Palace. I think the first one was the Palace game. This could be the second one of the season. Whereas last season, it was impossible to predict.
All right, we're going to have a Coolest Chess joining us here in the building. Coolest Chess, big up to you, my brother. Okay, if you want to join us here, you can request. You have so many ways you can request for the link if you want to join us here on the show. DJ said, sorry, ignore me. Just saw him there. DJ need a 3-dimension TV. DJ, I'll get you a 3-dimension TV so you can see Kone Chukwemeka very, very well. I'm just joking. DJ, you have to see Kone Chukwemeka. Yeah, you gotta see him, bro. You gotta see Kone. You can't miss him. Big up to you, my big brother, all the way in Virginia, United States. There's a big up to Zion. Big up to everyone in there. Big up to you too, my brother. I hope life is treating you well wherever you are right now. Probably, I'm sure you're very busy at work, but yeah, big up to you. And okay. What did this one say? So DJ said, we're making Chile captain. I mean, that's the best way to do it because I feel like Enzo Maresca have to find a better way to apologize to this young lad. He has to find a better way because the way he come out in the public and said Chile is not going to be part of his plan. I think he had in his mind, or the club had in mind to sell.
No, it's because they were trying to sell him. That's what it was. He's already explained it. They were trying to sell him because he wasn't going to get minutes. So because they were trying to sell him, he wasn't going to be in the squad. They thought they could get a deal done. But they couldn't get a deal done. So to be fair, he put him back in the squad so that he can still get some game time if we need him.
DJ just shared something with me, and I want to share it with you guys too. And it's funny. So this is what DJ, thank you very much for that.
Well, I sent this the other day. It's just someone else has put in another format. It was from Opta. I sent it in a group yesterday. I also sent one about what was the other one? The other one was about time taken on goal kicks. Arsenal took about 9 minutes on their goal kicks against Man City.
So, I mean, people are watching. Everything that we are doing is being noticed. If Chelsea's wasting time, it's being noticed. Arsenal wasting time. Man City wasting time is being noticed. Man City's not there. Arsenal wasted 31.8 minutes. 31.8 minutes Is it calculated under minutes, Steven? Average delay in seconds. So average
Seconds.
delayed in seconds. So is it
So
31
their
minutes?
average
31
time
minutes,
to
8
do a
seconds.
restart, like a throw in, a goal kick, something like that, or
Yeah.
a free kick or a corner, was 31.8 seconds.
31.8 seconds for a
Mhm.
delay. Why don't they calculate the goalkeeper's delays either? Why wouldn't they calculate the goalkeeper's delay?
Don't know. Bro,
But
I
this-
saw someone work out. So I said the Arsenal goal kicks average was about 9 minutes 48 seconds or something against Man City.
Yeah.
Somebody worked it out, right? And they worked it out that on average, every Arsenal goal kick took about 45 seconds.
45 seconds. Every
Against
average
Man City,
kick.
on average, every Arsenal goal kick took 45 seconds.
And how long is the goalkeeper
Guys, they've
supposed to
got
hold
to
the ball?
clamp down
6
on time
seconds,
wasting
right?
now.
How long is the goalkeeper supposed to hold the ball? 10 seconds.
I can't remember the
6
exact
seconds.
rule.
6 seconds.
Bro,
A
you're not
goalkeeper
supposed
is
to be
allowed
able
to
to get
handle
away
the
with
ball.
doing a goal kick at 40 seconds. You're supposed to get told to hurry up and then eventually get booked. But they kept banging on, I think it was last season or start of this season, about they go punish people for time wasting. So how are they able to average 45 seconds per goal kick and get no punishment then? Anybody?
I don't know. All right, so we have that's Steven. Steven, you're funny. Like, anybody, can you hear me? Can you see me? I'm right here. Anybody? All right, so we have Tobaho in the studio. Big up to you, our brother Tobaho, another Chelsea fan representing the channel all the way from South Africa. Man, welcome back to the show, brother.
Yeah, big up, bro. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. So you send me a link. I appreciate it. I'm gonna be here until the game before starts because I'm doing a watch along. So big up, guys.
you
Big
are.
up, Stephen.
Yeah, I used to do watch along, but I got to a point I don't get to enjoy the game very well. So I stopped doing watch along. I want to enjoy the game and watch very well without, talking. Then
Yeah, you know the reason why I'm doing watch along at the moment is because I just want my channel to grow and stuff.
Yeah.
And then when time goes on, I'll be mixing it up. So
a little bit.
for now, I'll be doing watch alongs.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, whatever works for you, you got to keep on doing it. I understand. But yeah, what do you have for us today, brother?
Yeah, I'm looking forward for tonight's game. So hopefully we win it. But again, it seems like 11 changes will be made tonight.
Mhm.
So hopefully we'll be winning comfortable. Let's say 2-0, 3-0. I don't expect those crazy goals, 8-0, 7-0, 6-0. Nah. 11 changes will change how we play. So overall, I'm expecting maybe 2-0, 3-0. That's it. So I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, I did said that. I did put my predictions up, and I said that I'm not expecting a huge volume of goals called today. Just will continue with a clean sheet, and I believe that the three goals will be what to expect. If you're lucky, we might see more, but I feel like 3 goals will be the max, in my opinion. Stephen will not give you numbers. But
I don't give numbers, but
Steven.
it is what it is. Bro, if Chelsea find a way to lose to Barrow, it's an embarrassment, bro. We nearly done it against Wimbledon under Poch last season, and we're already playing better than what we did under Poch last season. So that's what I'm saying on that. The other thing I will say is that, yeah, there's got to be 11 changes. So, look, I always say this when you get 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 changes, yeah? Do not expect it to be perfect. There will be a lot of issues in the game. There'll be a lot of misplaced passes. There'll be a lot of slower play because the players haven't played together as much. So there's got to be stuff like that. Also, Barrow probably got to sit back. So that's another issue in itself. How would Chelsea got to deal with that? But look, when you make loads of changes, 6, 7, 8, up to the whole 11, like Chelsea are doing with the whole 11, yeah? Don't expect it to look great because it won't. I promise you it will not. Yeah? And if you expect it to look great when you make 11 changes from one game to the next, then I don't know how to explain how these things work to you. You're kind of beyond my help at that point, to be honest with you. But yeah, we're getting a lineup in about 4 minutes, but we already know roughly what it's going to be. And Nee, as I said, like just before Coolest Chelsea came on, I don't want to say your actual name you got there because I don't want to butcher it. But yeah, like I'm on for potentially hitting the full 11 on this one based on the players that arrived at the stadium. It'd be the second time this season. And it'd be nice to see some of these players play. I mean, Carney could get his first minutes. Tyreek George get his first minutes in a domestic competition. Got about 23 minutes in the Conference League, roughly. Champong hasn't got minutes yet this season, so it'd be good to get him a run out. Cassaday to get a start would be nice, and I expect that to happen. I'll be surprised if too many of our sort of first team / highly regarded second choice players start, like a Vega, for example.
All right. Let's just I'm gonna ask a few questions. So, who are you excited to see? Oh, Stephen, are you still speaking?
Yeah. Just quick. So I've just seen this, right? I think it's only just been posted, but in the top 5 leagues, yeah. Caicedo, obviously Chelsea and 22 years old, and Andre Santos, Chelsea on loan at Strasbourg.
Before you go on, do you want me to take this off the screen?
Are
you good with that?
We can keep it up until the lineup comes out. Then I might need a minute to look through the lineup, see if I need to change anything.
I'll do that. Go for it.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so this, I think it's this season. I think it's only just been posted. I'm double checking it, but let me reload it because I accidentally went off it. So 24th of September. So yeah, this has pretty much been posted this morning. Caicedo, 22 years old, obviously Chelsea. Andre Santos, Chelsea on loan at Strasbourg, 20 years old, are in the second place of the rankings of the most tackles per game in the top 5 leagues. They both average out at 4.2 tackles per game this season. Impressive, no? You've got 2 Chelsea players joint second for most tackles in the top 5 leagues. Shame that they're not both here. I would have kept Santos this summer.
So Stefan, do you watch Strasbourg play?
Huh?
Do you watch Strasbourg?
Sometimes, but obviously being Chelsea season ticket holder, sometimes I can't, and then sometimes I'm watching other games. If there's a good 3 p.m. Premier League game, I'll watch that. But I've watched a couple of Strasbourg games. Yeah.
Okay, no problem.
But Santos has got like 2-3 goals already this season. He got 3. He's got 3 because he scored 2 the other day, and he scored 1 before that. You know that team talk you sent to the group from Liam Rossini? I'm presuming that's from this weekend just gone. I think they were losing at half time 2-0, and they ended up winning 3-2 in like last minute. I think it was Santos scored the winner.
Okay. Coach Chess, I asked you a few questions. I wasn't know if you had me. With all these 11 changes on the pitch, which of these players are you so excited to see the player play today? And also, before you come in, JC, DJ, big up to you, DJ. JC said, would you like to share the link? I will. Okay. JC, I don't know if do you follow me on X? If you're on X, I love that because I'm trying to avoid sending the link publicly. I'll give it individual that request for it. It makes it much more better. I don't want to find myself in that situation. I found myself a few, months ago. So it's better that way. When you request for it, I just send it over to you. So I have JC, if you're on X. Yeah, it says yes, we follow each. Okay. Now since I've known, I'm trying to see if I can create a little group, a few friends. So in case anyone is free, I'll send all my information. Let's say today's stream topic, and I'll put it right there. So if on X, so anyone who is there, you're free, you're not at work, and you want to join us discuss any topic on the show, then you can click on it. It makes it easy that way. So then I know that I didn't send it to individual because I have some friends that are on WhatsApp. So at that moment, if I remember, oh, I have this friend on WhatsApp, I have to send it to that person, and I forget about my friends that I have on X. Then it becomes like I'm being a bad boy over here. I don't want that. But anyway, well, we'll move on. We'll move on from there. JC said that's okay. You've done that. Yes. Okay. All right. Perfect. I have DJ. Okay, I thought it was DJ. It was JC. So we're gonna come to JC here in a bit. So yeah, Tobaho, over to you. Which of these players are you excited to see playing with all these 11 changes being made for today's game?
Yeah, I just this is actual 11, right?
This is now, yeah. I'm just double
Yeah.
checking that I've got it correct.
Yeah, this is it. I agree with you. So
Will
in terms of
Gibson,
this
Gusto,
11,
sure.
with this 11, I'm so happy about it because we're going to see Viega invading in the midfield along with Casade. So I'm so happy about this. And also, as much as the strikers in Kungu.
Line up is up. All right, go for it. We're getting the lineup.
The strikers in Kungu, if you check the lineup, Kungu is the line.
Oh, so someone's posted the wrong thing then, is what's happened here.
Okay.
So someone posted something else. Someone put Guy, so. Okay, so I was correct with Nkunku, Madrid 2, 3, 4, 5. I was right with about 7. We take that.
Whenever you see that face, you gotta be careful because this guy is coming to destroy. Yes, he's coming to destroy. Buddy Shield is the guy on the screen right now, the poster boy for today's game. Apologize for yelling. Buddy Shield is the guy on the screen right now, and the starting 11 is out. It says Philip Jorgensen is the goalkeeper. Gusto, Disasti, Buddy Shield, Viega, Cassidai, Drisbury Hall, Neto. Wow. This is a big. I don't know. Let me check this with chess perspective. He put his lineup up. I think that we both went off the line. It's not as 11 as we expected. Neto, Joao Felix, Modric expected. Modric is expected. Nkunku also expected. Joao Felix was not expected to be in the lineup, but he is in Andrew Maresca's lineup. So Drisbury Hall, we have him there. Cassidai, we have him there. Viega, I did not have Viega there. Probably Chelsea perspective have him there. Badiashile, we have him there. South, we have him there. Gusto, I'd never had Gusto in my lineup. I wasn't thinking it was ready. But let's look at the bench real quick. Bettinelli, Colwell, Ben Chilwell is not starting. Oh, bad days. Maybe he might come off the bench to get some minutes because we haven't seen Ben play in a while. Achampong, young academy player. I understand why he's not playing, and also because of maybe experience-wise. Kani Chukwemeka is not starting either. Enzo Fernandez on the bench. Tariq George, David, and McGee. This is the spelling wrong over here. I think the spelling is wrong. There's two in his name, isn't it?
For what?
McGee. Is it two?
No, that's correct. Guiu. That's correct.
I thought it was Guiu.
Huh?
Maybe
You thought it was what?
GW in the middle before the last U.
No.
No, or maybe I was wrong there. So anyway, let's go through it. JC in the building. JC, welcome back to the show again, big brother. What do you have for us?
Yep. Yeah, it's a good starting lineup anyway. We give rest to 4 of our big hitters. We give rest to Palmer, Jackson, Sancho is rested, and Noni is rested. So these 4 are supposed to be like his first line, and they are not even on the bench, so they have a day off. So interesting, but still our team is strong enough. I think Joao Felix or Nkunku scores a goal today will help them in their confidence. Would be really helping Felix to get some goals because he's been here, but he's yet to score in his second stint. So, and let's see. Our back line is not that bad as well. I wouldn't say Disasi and Vadiashil as centre backs are really like bad players. Like they need game time, and they need to rebuild their confidence, and they need minutes. Gusto is nice to have him back. I'm just thinking, like, I'm looking at the bench. Is Gusto going to play 90 minutes? I'm not so sure.
No,
Like who?
he won't.
So
They'll bring Josh off the bench. Watch, they'll bring Josh
yeah,
off the bench.
yeah. So probably like he will get some minutes there. They don't want to rush him, I suppose.
Yeah, they
And
won't
Vega
want to
is playing. Vega will most likely be inverting, and Gusto will be bombing. And so it will be like it's attacking lineup, to be honest, because Vega moves up, Gusto moves up, Casade moves up. There is no sitting defensive midfielder. They are all attacking.
I mean,
All
looking
of
at
them
this,
are attacking. There is no defensive midfielder.
It'd be Cassidy, is what it'd be.
yeah,
And then
Cassidy
Vega.
is the one in-
Yeah,
The one thing
you
with
can
me,
say-
right, is that I would have started Josh. I would have started Tyreek. Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh, obviously, because Gusto, I wouldn't think he's ready for full 90 anyway. He'll probably get subbed, I don't know, half time, maybe. So maybe his plan is, rather than take risks with the academy players, even though we know the academy players can perform, is he's gone Neto, Felix, Mudryk, and Kunku, kill the game off. Then you bring on Tyreek George and Joshua Champong and Mark Gay or David Washington, and then Carney Chukwemeka.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, look, I would have loved for Tyreek to start. I think Gusto should be starting on the bench and Josh starting at right back. Yeah. But at the same time, at least we're not seeing Disasi at right back. let's take the thing that we wanted to see, that we're not seeing, and turn it into a positive. The positive is I ain't seeing Disasi at right back tonight. So I'm happy. Although, having
And our
said that,
two backs, our centre backs, both of them, Colwell and Tosin, they are also given a day off.
Colwell's on
Tosin
the
has
bench.
not played. Tosin has not played a lot of minutes, but
Colwell's on the bench.
him being rested, and also Fofana is rested. They are also not on the bench. So it's clearly like hit them a couple of goals after 2-3 goals, like bring on the youth.
Yeah. No, Colwell's on the bench. Fofana's not, because same reason as he's not been in the Conference League because of the injuries he had last season.
Yeah. Correct.
But yeah, Fofana's not in there. Tosin's not in there. I'm surprised Tosin's not in there. I would have thought Tosin would have been in the squad and not Colwell.
Yeah, you would probably bring in, like when you bring in the youth players, then you shore up the defensive by putting it. But like, okay,
What, like,
he has
bring on
confidence.
Josh, bring on Colwell, bring on Carnes, George, and maybe Gahey, for example. Use Colwell's experience.
Yeah.
Could this be the lineup that Enzo Maresca could use in the Conference League, upcoming Conference League? Looking at the lineup, because I'm wondering if Gusto, in a second, if Gusto is just recovering and coming from injury, why risk him if you can let him recover very well and give him a Europa League game time, and then also if you want to ease him or bring him into a Premier League game, then you can give him a Europa League game, then a Premier League game, instead of letting him start today. If we can see Bencho will start and then Gusto can come in the second half, I'm not so sure. But this lineup could be a lineup that can fixture or he can use in the Europa Conference League.
He's going out there to prove a point and not do what Poch nearly did last season by getting eliminated by a League 2 opposition. He's going out, kill the game. Now I'm making my subs. I'm bringing on the youth. That's what it'll be.
Something stronger.
It's not what I wanted to see, but look, I've got 7 out of the 11 right, so it's not far off what I wanted to see anyway. So I can't really complain. But yeah, I'm not sure about Gusto. That one's alarming to me. That's the only thing that's overly alarming, is that Gusto's starting and not on the bench.
But can you say that our squad that we have this season was way much better than we had last season in terms of
squad depth is there because, for one, we don't have injury issues that we had last season. For one, right?
Disasi
And
and
that's
Badiashile were the starting player most of the time for
last season.
Pochettino.
Yeah.
bro, we had like 2-3 starters always missing, and we always had like 6-7 injuries all last season. I mean, when we
Yeah.
beat Spurs at the Bridge last season, we had 14 injuries listed. I'm not even
And most of
exaggerating.
the
We
injuries
literally
were
had
during the
14.
training.
Huh?
And most of the injuries were happening during the training.
Yep.
I
Bro,
don't
because he
know. I
made
mean,
them
he
run.
was, yeah.
Constantly made them run, do the GACON test and stuff like that, basically. Whereas when you see the clips from training under Maresca, yeah, there was one that they did the other day. So you get someone to play a ball in, you set it back, think the person then played it back, then you play one final pass, the person shoots. You, as a person who was setting the ball back, then went and did a sprint to then get back to the back of the line, right? That
Yeah.
is kind of smart. That's kind of the way that I think should be
Is, to,
interpreting
is
fitness.
Tobago online? Like is, I'm interested to know like what does he think about the starting lineup? Because
What does who think?
yeah, because he's very much like he really wants a few players like Mudrik to really come out of the shell and start performing.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm quite sure like he will be happy to and would love to hear him out to see because Mudrik. I mean, to be honest, like Mudrik, every minute is precious for him right now. He won't get a lot of playing time, so today is a opportunity for him to show something. You know, because he's the only I think one player, maybe KDH the other one, who have not really shown the full potential right now. All the rest in the team have been really good at certain time in their Chelsea career. You can say the same for Badia Shield. You can say the same for Disasi. They have had really good games. So
JC,
yeah,
where
yeah.
you watching the game from? Where you watching the game? Are you going out of the house or are you
No,
going
I
out of
will
the
be
house?
watching. I will be
What?
watching from home.
You watching from home?
Yeah, I will be. I will
Okay.
be watching.
Steven is not going to the stadium. Steven, yeah, you don't go to what do you call it? These cup games. You don't go just Premier League
It's
games,
not that
right?
I don't go to the cup games. I go to some, but I'm not going to go to a game against League Two opposition or some team low nation from like Armenia in the Conference League, for example. Like
Or a team coming from Budapest or
from
Budapest,
what?
whatever they call it. Budapest, or whatever they call it.
Huh?
What do you call? What do you call it? It's Armenia. Is it Budapest, right?
Armenia is FC Noah.
Yeah, there's one team. There's a country. Is it a country? I'm not so sure if it's a country called Budapest or Budapest or whatever. Whatever. Is it a
Got
country
no
or
idea what you're trying to say. Type it out or something in the chat. I might know what you're on about.
Do
No,
we
I'm
play
saying
somebody in Armenia? It's like Yerevan. It's quite far actually. It must be like
No,
7 hours, 8
but
hours
the
flight.
FC Noah game's at home. That one's not away. The Astana game is in Kazakhstan.
Gone.
That's away.
Kazakhstan, yeah. That's 7 hour, 8 hours flight.
Yeah, but
JC.
our away games, I'm trying to remember who they are. I think the away games are Noah. No, not Noah. Astana, I think Shamrock's away and Panathinaikos is away as well. I think. Yeah, Panathinaikos is away. Panathinaikos, Astana, and Shamrock Rovers are away games in the Conference League, which means Noah, Ghent, and whoever the other one was is at home.
All right. Let's see this real quick. I think I saw this. I'm not sure if Steven, you've seen it. If you guys have seen it on
Just
X
open
or
the chat.
anywhere.
Go on.
This is the games with the most shots in the Premier League, and this is talking about pretty much the world. The games with the most shots in each of the 5 Premier League games. So
Each
Manchester
of the top
City,
leagues.
yeah, in the leagues, yeah, Manchester City and Arsenal recorded just 5 shots. in the whole entire 90 minutes. Total shots was 38. Manchester City alone had 33 of the shots. So we're going to move to La Liga, which is Espanyol and Real Madrid. Espanyol has 10 shots compared to Real Madrid 31, which makes it 41 in all. Then when you go to that, we go to which league? This is Bundesliga. Yeah, Bundesliga. Right here, 25 shots compared to Frankfurt 19. So Premier League was the league with the record. I recorded the least shots in the big game this weekend. 5, and it's coming from Arsenal. 5 shots the whole 90 minutes. 5 shots. But that's
Nee, just quick, right? I've seen people saying Casadei over Chukwuemeka's a terrible choice. Yeah? Do people not understand something, right? It shouldn't be over Casadei. Casadei should be starting. It should be over Neto or Felix.
Casadei plays deep. Cannot make that place in advance.
So what I don't get is we're playing Felix, Neto, Nkunku, and Mudryk. Yeah, Mudryk should start. I think Nkunku should as well, just get him some starting minutes. Yeah, but it should be over one of Neto or João Felix that Carney starts over. It shouldn't be over Casadei. You have both of them in the team. It shouldn't be he starts over Casadei because that doesn't make any sense.
Right.
So what are people expecting João Felix to be the deepest midfielder now? We're saying, or Dewsbury Hall? Come on, let's have common sense.
Now, I mean, but Stephen, from what you're seeing, probably whoever is saying this doesn't really think
Vega will be inverting. Vega will be inverting, I think.
But yeah, Vega.
He will,
Vega
but you also
plays
need someone who's actually a deeper midfielder as well to be a pivot, essentially, in possession.
Yeah.
And what I'm saying is,
it's very attacking team. The intent is to attack.
And both could play. Both should play.
What do you say, JC? We did not hear you.
Yeah, I think it's a very attacking team. The intent is clear. Like he wants to kill the game and then maybe bring in the youth.
New players.
And in a way, it's a good way to manage the games because you score the goals and then you rest. And you give rest to the players.
That's what we did. Just did the same thing against West Ham United. They went in very well, got those 2 goals, and then you let West Ham United come out of their shells to attack you. Then you can get an opportunity to score more goals. So starting well is the best thing that Enzo Maresca is doing. He's thinking very, very deeply. Start well, then next 30 minutes to finish the game. Your players that have lots of minutes, you take them off, and then bring in more youthful exuberance to because you're looking to sell some of these players in the future. You have to give them game time on the senior level.
Yeah, precisely. So don't miss the start. I would say to our viewers, because start will be exciting. We will be rocking.
Enzo Maresca have gone another way, man. He's making it very difficult to predict his starting 11. This is very, very out of bounds, man. Enzo Maresca.
I mean, I was close. I'll accept getting 7 correct.
Yeah.
It's early days, but to be honest, like what we have seen of this coach, I'm really happy with what he's done.
Yeah. He said that he's way above where he's supposed to be in terms of the development of the team. Do you think he's right? Is it too high in advance or
no? He's saying Chelsea are ahead of where he expects them to be right now.
The same thing that I mean. The same thing I mean. I mean he's advanced in terms of where they're supposed to be. The team is supposed to be is way ahead of it. JC, what do you make of that? Do you agree with him?
Maybe. Looking at the West Ham game, yes. Looking at the Wolves game, maybe yes. Like we are starting to click, so we are a little bit clicking at a faster pace, but it's early days, and he has also been very modest when asked, like, do you expect to win something and all that? He said, no, that's not on the agenda right now. And to be honest, that's the right way. I mean, if you take each game one at a time, and if you keep winning, I mean, there's not a better thing to do, and there will be noise. I mean, if he is performing bad, there will be noise, and if he's performing well, people will start to appreciate and take Chelsea seriously. That's for sure. We are already starting to see people saying like, "Yeah, Chelsea look like a top 14." But
The
but
same
but
people that wrote us off.
yeah, but it's early days, I mean, let's keep the expectations in perspective, and enjoy the football, because I like the way he's playing. It's like good to the eye. It's really good football to watch, to be honest. And he makes adjustments which are also interesting. And sometimes he's going more through the wings. Sometimes he's going through the middle, depending on like who's the opponent. So it will be, I repeat once again. I mean, this team and how it looks like, fans should not like be late at the stadium. It will be really rocking start.
Nee, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, yesterday I was listening to UK radio station, and a lot of people make this comment that Enzo Maresca still doesn't know he's starting 11. To me, I don't agree. I feel like he already have his starting 11. It's just a
Nee, we
difference that
barely
something like
rotate. How
today.
are they come to that conclusion?
I don't know. I was listening to the radio today, yesterday. They're making that note there, so I put it down. I was like, let me know what Chelsea fans really think. Does Enzo Maresca knows his starting 11? JC, where do you stand on it?
You know what he said? Recently, I saw one interview. He says he does not have a starting 11, he has a starting squad, 25. That's what he works with. Everybody has to be ready. And that's a good thing, actually. So, like games like today, he's giving a window of opportunity, and Mudrik is playing, Badiashil is playing. So, and if they perform well, okay. But I think he is starting to have certain players where he's relying more on, and you can see Nkunku, despite scoring the goal, Jackson started. So I think he's more inclined towards Jackson in that sense. Palmer is a nailed-on starter. Colwell has been starting every game. Sanchez has been starting every game. Sancho is starting. Caicedo is starting. Enzo Fernandez is starting. So that's more than already 5, 6 players, which are, I mean, if it is an important game, they start
It's
almost
better
by
than what we
default.
had under Poch. You never knew from one day to the next.
No, 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 no. It's not. The only thing interesting would be I want to see when Lavia is back. You throw in the mix Lavia, and all of them are good. All of them are good. Just like right now, Felix is a very good player, but then Nkunku is also a very good player. Everybody is a good player. So having a starting 11 will be criminal. I mean, in a sense, like everybody is a good player there.
He
We
also
always
made
said last year also the team is good. It's the tactics which is killing us.
right, and everyone keeps saying that he made a statement. He made a statement earlier on. He said, "If you don't buy into my system, then you don't play." What do you
Ex-
make of that, also, Steven?
Huh?
If you don't buy into his system, you say, if you don't buy into my system, then you don't
Mhm.
play. The
Oh yeah, he
philosophy
said
that
that
he
the
has.
other day after West Ham. He's correct though. Like, why would he play someone that don't buy into what he wants to do?
So do you think that the owners were right in terms of how they sacked Mauricio Pochettino for not buying into what the owners want to do? People see that to be very wrong of the owners, and they brought in Enzo Maresca, who plays a much better football than Mauricio Pochettino. What would you say with and towards that, Stephen?
I mean, I wasn't fussed whether he stayed or went. I mean, it was nice to have good results at the end of the season, but at the same time, why didn't we just play like that the whole season? Like, that was my biggest issue with Pochettino. And then you look at the Carabao Cup final. Why did we sit off? We had Liverpool on the back foot. We went into extra time and then we sat back, and that's why we conceded and lost in extra time. But yeah, I've got to hop off, Nee.
Okay.
Because yeah, I think people are coming around and the game starts in like 30 minutes.
All right. So thank you very much, Stephen G. Did you said why? Stephen, I'll catch you. I'll finish with JC. I'll finish with JC
Yeah, no
before the
worries.
game.
I'll be messaging anyway, but yeah. All right. See
DJ
ya.
said, why play Gusto? See you too, Stephen. Why play Gusto, especially after coming back from injury? Philip Smith, big up to you. I hope you're doing well, Mr. Smith. He said, good evening to Chelsea family. Good evening to yourself. JC, you had some of the questions that I sent to Stephen before he left. He said, Enzo Maresca said, if you don't buy into his philosophy or the system, you're not going to play his game. Let's relate that to the owners and why they part way with Mauricio Pochettino. To me, I feel like they should tell me that the owners really know what they're doing, who they want in to come in to play that kind of football that they want. Mauricio Pochettino on the get-go wasn't the right fit for the football club. And if indeed, as some reports were saying, that Mauricio Pochettino wants to go the other way, he wants to do something different compared to what the owners want to do. So to me, I feel like the owners were right because he doesn't want to buy into what they want to do. So in terms of that, they're never going to get along. So he has to part ways. Do you think that the decision they make was right?
Exactly right. I mean, I totally agree. I mean, we needed a change. Of course, there was an argument after the last 5 6 games. Like, okay, the team started to perform, but still you can have an argument like whether it was Pochettino or just one of the things clicked, and what, if that thing is not clicking, then you have to make adjustments. What will he do? And Pochettino was more more team building, working with the youth, barbecues and all that stuff, and trying to have his own players little bit in the mix and all that. But Maresca seems more like okay, the onus is on the players. You have to buy into my philosophy, and you have to show that you will perform and you can perform, and you have to earn your place and you have to practice on. So that's you listen to any of the past Chelsea players of last 20 years. That's what they all believed in. Like they were always on their toes. I mean, it's not like the coaches too. Although I mean, that the old players were like a mafia at some time, and they changed managers like when they wanted to. But still, I mean, when it was down to business, it was always like very high standards, and you have to keep to it. And it's not like a coach has to convince every player individually to buy into his philosophy. I mean, come on, there are 25 players, and he's not going to have meetings with everybody trying to convince everybody to play his style or something like that.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with them. I mean, who has time for that?
JC, big up to you, JC. Game is about to kick off very, very soon. I'll let JC go. Needs about to hop off also. We'll probably we will have another another stream after the game preview for JC. If you're free, if you're there, you brother, I'm always there
Send
for
me.
you. I'll
Send
you
me
the link right
send
away.
me the DM. Send me
Okay.
the DM.
Yeah, I will.
I will hop on.
I'll
I will just summarize by saying is like this is going to be a quick fire start, and don't miss the start. Just don't miss the start. And
Are you
good
still
luck to
going with
everybody.
Are you still going with the 3-0? Did you say 3-0?
Oh, probably again 4-1, but 3-0 or 4-1 if one and the same thing. But like there are too many changes, and it will be kind of a rusty performance. Not like they have not been playing every day, but they have been practicing every day. So let's see how Maresca has done with the work with these players. If they come out bowling, then like he has been working with these players on the training pitch, and the result is all not only on that previous game starting 11 or 15, but the whole squad is performing. That means. So we will see, but I expect still like they have not been playing regularly, so there will be some erratic errors might come, and so might not be a clean sheet. So and I don't think 5-0 or 6-0 or 5-2 will be the score like a basketball, because I mean, he will rest players. He will take a lead and then he will sit back. That's what he does, like in the past few games. So probably 3-0, 4-1, or something like that.
I'm just hoping for another clean sheet for Enzo Maresca. We've kept 2 clean sheets in the Premier League so far. So I'm just
Yeah.
hoping he can keep another clean sheet. It helps the
But
confidence of the defenders,
it's
especially
a
Balish.
different
Yeah,
defenders, a different
different defenders. Yeah,
goalkeeper. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So
It will help
so
boost. I mean, we played. The reason why we always say this artist sucks. Everyone was playing not the best under Mauricio Pochettino. This have played under Enzo Maresca, but still hasn't played in his preferred position. He's been played out of position, which is right back, and we know he struggled. We saw Fofana playing at the right back row, and he sucked.
Colville left back,
Struggled. Who
Colville
left
as
back?
a left back, Chilwell as a left winger.
Yeah, yeah. He was doing this thing, and he decided. I mean, what's his name? Bench. I mean, Cowell. Cowell said that he doesn't feel comfortable playing as a left back, and the guy doesn't listen. He keep playing the guy there, and he doesn't help the team. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
play the players in the rightful position. You have players there that can play in that advanced role, and you don't do it.
yeah. Even Southgate started playing Colville at the left back position.
Yeah, and then look at that. This guy is playing the right players in the right position and adding some more, oil to the squad to make it more
Yeah,
flexible. Everyone moving up and down. And when you play players in the rightful position, you get the best results for the team, not for
yeah,
the individual player himself, but for the team. But we
exactly.
hope we come out with a victory. The reason why I went for 3-0. 3-0. I feel like these players, there's even some surprise changes in terms of our attack. I went for Tariq George on some other positions, and he's coming up with some other, more players like what's his name, Kunku. Hold on,
Felix.
Neto in the squad. I wasn't expecting Neto and Joao Felix in there. In Kuku
Yeah,
have him in my squad, but Joao Felix and Neto, I had never had them in my squad, and even Diego and Gusto. So this squad should be good enough to be able to destroy, up and coming inform. What do you call it? Inform what? What's the name again? Is it Barrow? Is it Barrow? What's it?
yeah, yeah. It's like
Is it Barrow? Yeah,
Barrow.
Barrow. Yeah,
Yeah,
Barrow. So, all right, JC, I'll see you on the other side. So,
yeah.
take
Thank
care,
you,
brother. Enjoy the game. Enjoy the game.
thank you, Nate. Thank you.
You're welcome, brother. Everyone else watching live, Swadish, DJ Staff, JC, my brother, and JC, who was just here with me. Here soon, we're gonna Captain Motion, everyone, and Karan. Karan also Lord the Nation. Big up to you, Lord said for zero. Chelsea perspective, Swadish, Manchester United is red. Everyone who came on the show to show his love, and all my friends and followers, viewers on Hank. Thank you very much. Always tuning in to this platform. I'll say Leo this rundown. Hang on to hope, and I'll see you guys on the other side. Right after the game. Bye bye for now.